the farmer, his wife, and a rich neighbor. A poor farmer lived in a village. He worked hard every day in the fields. He didn't have much money, but he was very happy because he had something more precious than gold, a loving wife. His wife was very beautiful. She had shining eyes, a bright smile, and a kind heart. She loved her husband, and her husband loved her. They were a happy couple. Though they had little, they shared everything. They ate simple food, wore plain clothes, and lived in a small, humble house. But they were content because they had love and trust. Not far from their house lived a rich and handsome man. He owned large lands, wore fine clothes, and lived in a big house. This man had everything: money, gold, jewels, and servants. But there was one thing he didn't have: love. When he saw the farmer's beautiful wife, his heart filled with jealousy. Why does she live with that poor man? She deserves better, the rich man thought. One day, when the farmer was working hard in the fields, the rich man walked to the farmer's house. The wife was inside, busy cleaning and cooking. She was surprised to see the rich man standing at her door. "Good afternoon, neighbor," he said with a charming smile. "Good afternoon," she replied, unsure why he was there. "You are very beautiful," the rich man said. "But look at your clothes. They are old and simple. A woman as lovely as you should wear fine, beautiful dresses. Why doesn't your husband buy you new clothes?" The wife frowned. "My husband works very hard," she said. "We don't have much money, but he loves me, and I am happy." The rich man laughed softly. "If he really loved you, he would give you the best dresses. Why don't you leave him and marry me? If you marry me, I will give you the most beautiful clothes in the land. Everyone will admire you. Think about it." The wife shook her head. "No, thank you," she said. "I love my husband, and he loves me." The rich man laughed, but he didn't give up. Every day, when the farmer went to work, the rich man visited the house. Every day, he said the same things: "You deserve better. Your husband doesn't love you. Marry me, and I will give you a better life." At first, the wife ignored him. She believed in her husband's love. But as the days went by, the rich man's words began to trouble her. "Why doesn't my husband buy me nice clothes?" she wondered. "Doesn't he care about me?" That night, when her husband came home, she looked at him and said, "Husband, look at my clothes. They are old and worn. Why don't you buy me something new? Don't you love me?" The farmer was surprised. He smiled and said, "You are the most beautiful woman in the world to me. You don't need new clothes to be beautiful." But his wife was not happy. "If you love me, buy me a new dress," she said. The farmer loved his wife deeply. He wanted to make her happy. But he had very little money. He needed to save for seeds and tools for his farm. Still, he decided to buy her a dress. "If my wife is happy, I am happy," he thought. The next day, he went to the market and bought a beautiful dress. He gave it to his wife, and she smiled brightly. "Thank you, husband," she said. "Now I know you love me." When the rich man came again, the wife proudly showed him her new dress. "See? My husband loves me. He bought me this." But the rich man wasn't done yet. "A dress," he said. "That's all?" A good husband doesn't stop at clothes. He gives his wife gold necklaces, rings, and bracelets. "Where is your jewelry?" The wife hesitated. "We don't have gold," she said. "Exactly," the rich man replied. "If you marry me, I will cover you in gold. You will be the most beautiful woman in the village." The wife shook her head again, but his words stayed in her mind. "Why doesn't my husband give me gold?" she wondered. That night, she didn't cook dinner. When her husband came home, tired and hungry, he was surprised. "Wife, why is there no food?" he asked. "You don't love me," she said sadly. "Of course I love you," he replied. "Then why don't you buy me gold jewelry?" she asked. "If you truly love me, you will give me gold." The farmer was heartbroken. He didn't know what to do. He had spent all his money on the dress. "I will go to my brother," he thought. "I will borrow money to make my wife happy." The next morning, the farmer went to his brother and borrowed some money. He worked in his brother's field, moving heavy stones, to repay the debt. With the money, he bought gold jewelry for his wife. When he gave it to her, she was overjoyed. "Thank you, husband," she said. "Now I know you truly love me." But the rich man wasn't done yet. He came to the house again. "Golden clothes are nice," he said. "But can your husband make miracles?" "Love makes miracles. If you love me, I will make miracles for you every day." The wife was confused. "Miracles? What do you mean?" "Promise to leave your husband and marry me, and I will show you miracles," he said. The wife told her husband about the rich man's words. The farmer was angry and worried. "This man is trying to steal my wife," he thought. "I must stop him." The next day, while working in the field, the farmer prayed to God. "Please help me. I love my wife, but this rich man is trying to take her from me." Suddenly, an old wizard appeared. "Why are you sad?" he asked. The farmer told him everything. "Take these 2 sticks," the wizard said. "Touch someone with the first stick, and they will turn into a donkey. Touch them with the second stick, and they will turn back into a human." The farmer thanked the wizard and ran home. "Wife, I can perform miracles now," he said. "Show me," she said. The farmer touched her with the first stick, and she turned into a donkey. "Hee-haw! Hee-haw!" she brayed. Then he touched her with the second stick, and she became human again. The wife was amazed. "This is a real miracle," she said. Now I will teach that rich man a lesson, the farmer said. When the rich man came again, the wife said, My husband can make miracles. Watch this. She touched him with the first stick, and he turned into a donkey. The farmer made the donkey carry heavy loads every day. Years passed, and the donkey grew old and tired. Finally, the farmer felt sorry for it and turned it back into a human. The rich man was old and weak now. Don't ever try to take another man's wife, the farmer warned. The rich man left the village, and the farmer and his wife lived happily ever after. The end.